everybody? It's your 5-star realtor Joshua Ingram, partnered with Page Properties team, brokered by EXP. We're on another episode of the brand new podcast called The Dream Builders Podcast. We have a special guest today, Megan Vassil with Vast Cleaning Solutions. How you doing, Megan?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Cannot forget the man, the myth, the legend, my partner Bradford Page with Page Properties team.
Joshua, hey, Megan.
Hello.
Welcome aboard. Nice to meet you.
And
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. And remember, our mission is to help buyers, sellers, agents, and small businesses reach the resources and knowledge of achieving their goals. So today, we have Megan Vassil with Vast Cleaning Solutions. And the first question I really want to ask is, can you provide a brief overview of Vast Cleaning Solutions and how it became?
Sure. So the origin of Vast Cleaning Solutions is kind of unique, I would say. I owned a different cleaning business before Vast Cleaning Solutions. At the same time that I started the previous business, a friend of mine, Tanya Stanley, also started a cleaning business, and we sort of were growing our two separate businesses at the same time, helping each other figure things out, and if we had bigger projects or if our schedules got crazy, we were just helping each other figure it out, really. And it got to the point where it just made sense for us to combine. And so the partnership of our two businesses created Vast Cleaning Solutions.
Awesome. So what's the challenges do you face when starting a cleaning business, and how do you overcome them?
There are many challenges. I would say there's challenges to just starting a business in general, whether it's a cleaning business or whatever industry you're in. I would say our early challenges when we very first started Vast Cleaning Solutions were geared around wanting to have W-2 employees instead of working with 1099 workers. Having actual employees was more in line with our long-term goals. So that was the first big step that we took in, reaching our
So you
long-term
initially
goals.
started out with mainly 1099.
That's right.
And then you made the shift to being big and brave and taking on your
That's right.
responsibility for your own employees.
That's right. And it was scary. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what we didn't know, basically. And, when you have employees, you have to have training and rules, and processes and things that we didn't quite have in place yet. I think that we knew what we wanted to look like and, examples of other companies that we worked for before, things that worked well, things that didn't. So we could kind of use our past experiences as a pathway, but we still just never did it before. So
What's really cool about that story, because we talked when we first met a while back, is that you started teaming up with someone who was really couldn't have looked at as a competitor.
That's right.
And so you're out there working, and you could have had the attitude that, oh well, I'm not going to talk to you, or we're not going to work together because we're competing, cut each other out. But instead, you turned it into just a support group in the beginning where you're just supporting each other, because building a business on your own is very difficult.
That's right.
Building any business, when you do it with someone else, at least you got a little support. So
Right.
it's neat how you turned that from a competitive situation into kind of support, and then actual collaboration, and then working together. And then you went in another chapter, right? You were telling me about that. So
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for recognizing that, because that's something that's stayed important to us. That has been our mindset throughout, that no one really needs to be our competition. We can learn from anybody, especially those that have already been in our shoes and have already accomplished the things that we want to. It would be much easier to learn from them rather than to butt heads with them and try to separate ourselves from the people that have already done what we want to do. And I think that by having that mindset, it has also attracted other people with that same similar mindset, which has been immeasurable to us.
Yeah, for sure. And I have a question. We didn't discuss, what areas y'all cover, but it's like a two-part. So what areas does Vast Cleaning Solutions cover, and how are y'all different from other cleaning businesses?
Sure. So we cover mostly Chatham County and Effingham County. We will travel for larger projects such as post-construction projects. We'll go to Bluffton, Statesboro, if it's worth it for us. And we are different from other cleaning companies for several reasons. This industry is unique in that there are business owners, or maybe not even business owners, and just people, college students that clean on the side, on the weekends for cash, all the way to the other end of the spectrum where people like me do this for their living, and because you have such that array, there are such different standards, and say someone just doing it on the side for cash could, if they're not giving the standard that clients expect, it could really put a bad taste in the mouth of people. Maybe someone was once interested in getting their homes or offices clean, but because of that experience from someone that wasn't necessarily a true business owner, they are now unwilling to even look into that anymore. Because letting someone into your home or workplaces, you're vulnerable in that case,
Sure.
So it's very
Lots
easy.
of stories out there about the housekeeper,
Yes.
Cleaning the house on the landings, and
Yes.
every once in a while a piece of jewelry or something
That's right.
goes missing.
That's right.
Wow.
And of course you wouldn't want to let somebody else in your home after something like that happens. So what sets us apart is that we give you that peace of mind. You don't have to worry about your jewelry and anything, We do background checks on all of our employees. And ultimately, at the end of the day, to me, what's even more important than that piece of paper of a background check is that our employees have the same values as we do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to employ somebody that I wouldn't allow in my own home.
Yeah. So the expectations are high.
That's right. The
When you work
expectations
with
are
Vast
high.
Cleaning.
Our employees are trained. There's a training process. We don't let anybody on their own that's not ready to be on their own. And you don't hear of that often. I do have employees that have worked for big box companies, and they don't even train their employees. First day, they're by themselves. They're just to show up at the house and get going. And that's definitely not the experience that we offer. We want to live up to the standard that we promise our clients, and we do.
So how much training does a new employee get?
So generally 2 weeks, and it's in-person training. If they need a little bit more time, we will give it.
Wow.
So
from no time, here's a vacuum of toilet brush or whatever, and go do the job, to
No.
2 weeks of working side by side with somebody who's been doing it for a while.
That's right. Because we understand that our clients are paying for a service, and it's not necessarily a cheap service. And we also understand that in many cases it's not necessary, It's not a service that you need in a lot of cases. So we've got to go above and beyond.
For sure, leave that impact.
And I love how the collaboration, going back to that, has not only led you to do well in your business, but also you provide more than just your services for a client. For example, you don't do carpets, but I know at least one person who does
That's
a
right.
great job with carpets.
Yes.
You don't necessarily do organizing, but I know at least one person you work with who does an amazing job with organizing.
That's right.
So what I definitely separates you is that collaboration of having resources that we try to bring to this group, so somebody doesn't have to just find each person on their
That's
own.
right. That's
I
right.
gotta find a carpet cleaner, I gotta find a house cleaner, I gotta find an organizer, I gotta find a stager, I gotta find whatever, that you've got people you're connected with.
That's
which
right.
I think is phenomenal.
We love our partnerships. We love to we're kind of the go-to people, when our clients or even our friends or family are looking for a particular service. We've become the go-to people to look for professionals in the industries that they're looking for services in. And I love that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So can you share a memorable client success story or experience working with Vast Cleaning Solutions?
Sure. So
That's a wide open question. Memorable, huh?
yeah, right. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I'm gonna stick to the positive end on that one.
Let's talk about like a positive experience, everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk about a positive experience. But so something that always stuck out to me was one time. So we have a client, and I mentioned that most of the time cleaning services are not necessary, but sometimes they are. In the cases of if someone cannot physically do it for themselves, whether it be injury, illness, age. We have a client that is on oxygen, isn't very mobile. Our services are a requirement
Essential,
for her,
yeah.
Essential for her. And she, can't do certain things that we take for granted, such as like putting her hair in a ponytail or, changing her laundry over from the washer to the dryer. And when she told me that one of my employees took the time to just put her hair in a ponytail before she left, that really stuck out to me. Not only was I proud of my client, but it also struck me that the client felt comfortable enough to even ask the cleaner to do something like that for her. And I thought that was special because, we do see our clients often, we know the ins and outs of their homes, so you've got to have a comfortable relationship and you kind of form a bond really. So
Okay.
How many employees do you have right now?
right now we have 9.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so a pretty substantial size crew.
Yes. All are part-time, but that's what works for us.
So can you share any? Hold on, sorry, y'all. I'm tripping out. How does Vast Cleaning Solutions engage with the local community?
Okay, so, this coming weekend, we will actually be at Empire Gym in Rincon. Shout out to Empire Gym for a little event for kids in the community. So we're looking forward to that. But one thing that we do regularly is we partner with Cleaning for a Reason. They partner individuals with cancer with cleaning companies. So each month we do a free clean for an individual with cancer.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's really good. So can you share any plans for expanding Vast Cleaning Solutions or exploring the markets?
Sure. So when we first started, we were mostly doing only residential cleaning.
Okay.
We have gotten into commercial and janitorial cleaning, which we love, and we definitely want to continue to expand into that. We also do post-construction cleaning, but ultimately we want to franchise. We want to franchise Vast Cleaning Solutions.
Sure. And how fast do y'all see yourselves going into that franchise?
It is a very long process. In my opinion, you really need to have your processes down to a science, So we're working on that. I'm hoping within 5 years.
Okay. So Megan, are there key lessons you learned along the way that you wish you had known starting Vast Cleaning Solutions?
Yes, so many key lessons, and they seem to never end. So I wish I would have known that. I would say a lot of people start their businesses because they want flexibility in their schedules and they think they're just going to make a ton of money right away and they're not going to have to do a lot of hard work to get there. But that's actually not the case. You have to grind, to get there. It's definitely possible, but it takes a lot of hard work to get to that point. however much work you think it's going to take 10 times more work than that. So I wish maybe I would have known that. Maybe I don't wish I would have known that, because maybe that would have been scary. Yeah, maybe it would have been scary then.
For sure.
But I guess I would give that as a tip, though, to people that are considering starting a business. Like, be ready to grind and hustle. Let's see. Other lessons would be to just persevere, you know. There's always going to be obstacles, but if you are not facing new obstacles, then you are not growing. It's actually a fantastic sign if you are coming across new things that you've never dealt with before, because if you're always dealing with the same things, then you're not growing. You know, don't be stagnant. Always learn, always be reading and educate yourself. Don't be afraid to say that maybe what you've done so far has not been the right way to go about things, and don't be afraid to make adjustments, because adjustments are necessary. And something else that I think is truly important is to really pay attention to who you surround yourself with. That matters. You know, are you putting yourself in situations with people that have accomplished what you want to accomplish? Are you hanging out with positive people that have goals, or are you hanging out with, you know, pessimistic people that have not even come close to accomplishing what you've done? That matters.
Yeah, that's awesome. So those would be the tips that you would give somebody, to yourself if you had to do it all over again, and to somebody that wanted to start a new business.
Definitely.
That's awesome. That's
so
awesome.
we're going to listen to a lady who runs a cleaning business, and learn about the services.
We got to build that system.
And now we got her helping other small business people.
For sure.
You know, learn what they need to learn.
Yeah, especially going from like one person to 2 people to now having 9 employees, to having a whole team of over 10 people. That's really impressive.
And the long-term goals of doing your own thing and franchising. That's a great way to go. And you hit it right on the head. The advantage that having a franchise has over starting your own business is somebody else has already prepared the way for you.
That's right.
So that's why franchises their failure rate is a lot lower
than
an individual business person. So you're really creating a path for people in the future, and that's very commendable.
For sure.
Thank you.
Especially for somebody that loves what they do. So Megan, how can the people get in touch with you?
You can reach me on my phone, 912-376-9643. By email, mvassil@vastcleaningsolutions.com, or through social media.
Awesome. And again, thank you so much.
Before we go, so you get something going on?
Next year.
Your girl is getting married.
Sorry guys, not available anymore.
Not available anymore. He put a ring on it.
Congratulations. I know
you.
That is huge. I wish nothing but success your way. Continue to be awesome. And thank you so much for coming on the show as a newlywed, right?
About to be.
Newly engaged.
Newly engaged, and a fantastic business owner. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you.
And again, that was Megan Vassil with Vast Cleaning Solutions. And remember that the Dream Builders podcast is here to help buyers, sellers, and agents and small businesses reach the knowledge and resources to achieving their goals. This podcast is sponsored by Page Properties Team, TheDream E.N.T, Real Estate for a Reason, and Make Real Estate Fun Again. Y'all have a blessed one, and always remember to attack every day with greatness. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.